Thinking about moving to Atlanta, but the traffic, the prices, and the chaos are giving you second thoughts? You're not alone. These days, more and more people are skipping the northern suburbs entirely and heading south. And once you see what life's like down here, you'll understand exactly why. Hi, I'm Daphne Bousquet, realtor and relocation specialist here in South Atlanta, and I help families, downsizers, and newcomers find their perfect home in places like Fayetteville, Peachtree City, Newnan, Senoia, and the surrounding areas. If you've been thinking about relocating to the Atlanta area, but you're not sure where to land, this video is going to make things a whole lot clearer. So why is everyone suddenly talking about South Atlanta? Let's dive in. For decades, when people said Atlanta suburbs, they automatically thought of places like Alpharetta, Marietta, Roswell, all those communities north of the city. And they're great. But the problem is they've gotten crowded, expensive. And if you've ever tried to get anywhere during rush hour, you know it can feel like you're spending half your life in your car. And that's where South Atlanta comes in. This area, which includes Fayette County and Coweta County, has quietly become one of the most desirable places to live in Georgia. It's where people go when they want the best of both worlds. Access to Atlanta, but a completely different lifestyle. In other words, it's Atlanta living without the Atlanta chaos. You've got towns like Fayetteville, Peachtree City, Senoia, and Newnan that are growing fast, but still keeping their charm and small town feel. And then there are the smaller gems like Brooks and Tyrone, where you can still find land, space, and privacy. Something that's becoming harder and harder to come by. So what's behind the shift? Let's talk about the big reasons people are moving south. First, you get more for your money. The cost of living here is significantly lower than in the northern suburbs, and that includes housing. You can often get a newer, larger home, maybe even on a larger lot, for $150,000 to $300,000 less than what you'd pay north of I-20. And that means you don't have to compromise. You can have the big kitchen, the home office, the backyard for your dog, and still have money left over for those weekend getaways or home upgrades. Second, it's so much easier to get around. Yes, you're still part of Metro Atlanta, but the traffic down here just isn't the same. Commutes are shorter, neighborhoods are quieter, and errands don't turn into day trips. And if you travel for work or to visit family, being close to Hartsfield-Jackson Airport is a huge plus. In fact, that is one of the reasons I hear most often from my clients who relocate. They love being just 20 to 30 minutes from the airport instead of an hour or more. And third, the job market here is growing like crazy. We've got Trilla Studios in Fayetteville, which has turned the area into a hub for film and creative industries. Add to that our strong healthcare system, logistic companies with the proximity of the airport, and plenty of remote and hybrid workers who've realized they don't need to be in the city every day. And you've got a thriving, well-rounded local economy. So affordability, convenience, and opportunity. That's a pretty unbeatable combination. But the real reason people fall in love with South Atlanta isn't just practical. It's emotional. It's a lifestyle. Down here, life just feels different in the best way. You've got neighborhoods with mature trees, wide sidewalks, and the kind of peace and quiet you don't always find in suburbia. In Peachtree City, people zip around on golf carts. Not just for fun, but as a real way of life. There are over 100 miles of golf cart paths connecting schools, shops, restaurants, and parks. In Fayetteville, you'll find a mix of new luxury communities, historic homes, and a charming downtown that's constantly evolving. And then there's Senoia with its cozy small town vibe and movie set backdrop, or Newnan, where historic architecture meets new construction. Every one of these towns has its own personality, but they all share that same community feel. People wave when you drive by. Neighbors host block parties. You actually know the people at your local coffee shop or farmer's market. And when I first moved here from South Florida, that sense of connection stood out immediately. It's something you don't even realize you've been missing until you have it. Weekends are filled with farmers markets, live music, amphitheaters, brewery nights, and outdoor festivals. You can hop over to Serenbe for a peaceful brunch, explore the shops at Trilith, or spend the day on the cart paths with friends. And because everything's nearby and traffic isn't insane, you actually have time to enjoy it. Now let's talk about housing in neighborhoods, because that's where South Atlanta really shines. Whether you want something move-in ready or brand new, there's a neighborhood for you. If you love planned communities with swim and tennis, walking trails, and a neighborhood feel, Peachtree City, High Grove, and the Canoe Club are perfect. If you prefer something more private with space to stretch out, you'll find it in places like Brooks, Tyrone, and Senoia. And if you're into creative modern living, Trilith and Fayetteville is one of the most unique communities in the country, built around wellness, sustainability, and connection. There's truly something for everyone, from first-time buyers to move-up families to luxury downsizers. And speaking of families, they're a huge part of why this area has grown so much. Both Fayette County and Coweta County have some of the top-rated schools in Georgia. Parents love that their kids can get a quality education close to home without paying private school tuition. And it's not just academics. There's a strong focus on extracurriculars, sports, arts, and community activities. It's a kind of place where you'll see kids riding bikes to friends' houses, families taking golf carts to dinner, and parents cheering at Friday night football games. It's wholesome, safe, and connected. For many of my clients, especially those relocating from big cities, that's what seals the deal. They want their kids to have that balance of opportunity and simplicity, and South Atlanta delivers. But it's not just about families. A lot of empty nesters and downsizers are moving here too. After years in big homes or busy cities, they're looking for somewhere peaceful but not boring. They still want good restaurants, shopping, fitness options, and healthcare nearby. And that's exactly what South Atlanta offers. Communities like Crestwind in Peachtree City and Crestwind at Spring Haven in Newnan are designed for active adults who want beautiful homes, modern amenities, and a built-in social life, all close to family. And that's another huge trend. People moving to be closer to their kids and grandkids. I see it all the time. Parents following their adult children who relocated here for jobs at Trilith or Delta or Piedmont Healthcare. The result is a multi-generational community where everyone feels welcome. Whether you're raising kids, welcoming grandkids, or just starting a new chapter. So who's moving to South Atlanta? It's a mix, but three main groups stand out. First, relocating families from out of state, especially from California, New Jersey, and Illinois. They want more home for their money, great schools, and a slower pace. Second, empty nesters and downsizers who are ready for less maintenance but aren't ready to give up beautiful living. And third, remote or hybrid professionals who can live anywhere and choose quality of life over proximity to an office. All of them have one thing in common. They want to love where they live. And once they discover the mix of charm, convenience, and community in South Atlanta, they usually stop looking anywhere else. So why is everyone moving to South Atlanta? Because it's the sweet spot. You get the space and value you want, the lifestyle you've been craving, and a community that still feels personal and connected. Whether you're moving for work, family, or just a fresh start, South Atlanta gives you the best of both worlds. Close enough to Atlanta when you need it, but far enough away to breathe. And if you're wondering which South Atlanta suburbs might fit you best, whether it's the golf cart lifestyle of Peachtree City or the charm and opportunity of Fayetteville, you'll definitely want to watch my next video, Peachtree City versus Fayetteville. which is right for you. I'm Daphne Bousquet, realtor with eXp Realty, and I help families and individuals make their move to the South Atlanta suburbs stress-free and confident every step of the way. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's thinking about moving to Georgia. And remember, wherever you are in your real estate journey, I'm here to help you find your perfect place in South Atlanta. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.